Yeah, man. So, the famous question is, what is confidence, bro, for real? And it's a weird question. I feel like people don't really understand. So, I was just sitting outside, man, sipping on some tea. And I said, fuck it. Why not make a little video? So, I'm just chilling. Fuck. The camera's in reverse, but whatever. But still, you know, I was just I was just thinking about, what is confidence, because I feel like a lot of people misunderstand what the definition means. They attribute confidence with things that you do or things that you gain. But I feel like it's not really that, you know. That's kind of weird because even now, just making this conversation or making this video about confidence, bro, it's like I was struggling to make it. As fucking weird as that may sound, bro, like, um, you know, just first of all, putting myself out there, making a video, that shit's mad uncomfortable. And then even now, holding a camera up to myself is mad fucking weird. Worried about what people might think in my house, or even now the next door neighbors are outside chilling. But, you know, I think that's what the real definition of confidence is. It's not really gaining something, it's just being your true self and not caring about the opinions of others. And truly doing what you want to do. So, like, I wanted to shoot this video, for example. And if I didn't do it because I didn't have the confidence, because I cared about what my neighbors would have thought about me holding up the camera, being like a little TikToker or something like that. But who cares? That's just being your true self, doing what you want. And I think that's true confidence. Being your 100% true, authentic self. Damn, nigga, I cannot speak. But yeah, just being your true self. My bad, just sipped on some tea, but you know, just being your true self, because I feel like in this world, a lot of people are not their true selves. They're not living the life they want to live. And so they attribute this notion of confidence to something that you gain. So they say, if you go and approach 10 bitches, go chat 10 girls. My fault if I say bitches, that's just how I talk. I don't mean it in a bad way, that's just how I speak. I say niggas for guys, bitches for girls, but I'm gonna switch it up. But for real, people have this connotation of confidence to getting something like, oh, when I get money, I'm confident. When I get girls, I'm confident. Go approach 5 girls and my confidence is up. Oh, you don't have the confidence to approach this, that. That means you lack confidence, or you gain confidence by doing a certain thing. So if you think about it that way, if my confidence is based on, pulling a certain amount of girls, if it's gaining a certain amount of money, doing about certain things, even public speaking, whatever it is, doing things, to a certain extent, yes, it can give you confidence. It does take a certain amount of confidence to go approach that girl, that bad shorty down the street, bro, And if you don't do it, some people are like, yo, you're a pussy, bro, you're a pussy. Like, to a certain degree, yes, it's confidence, but the real question is, who are you when all these things are gone? And I feel like that's the true essence of confidence, who you are without all these material things, these tangible things, when you're just your true self. So I feel like that's just like the real focus of confidence in my definitions, from within. Because when you focus on these tangibles, these exterior things, to me, it's conditional, So what would happen if you take away all these girls, you take away all this money, all this drip, all these different things, even a haircut, People go to get a haircut, they're like, yo, I'm gonna go to Sephora, I got a new cut, bro. New cut, all this thing. I'm about to go chat this, that. But yeah, bro, it's good. It's good to have confidence. Don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not saying to not have confidence. Not the fuck I'm saying. But I'm saying, what happens when you don't have these things? So if you don't have money, if you don't have a nice cut, you don't have a nice car, you don't have bitches, you don't have girls, my fault. You have all these different things. Who are you then? Are you still confident? Do you still believe in yourself? And a lot of people don't. It's conditional. So that's what I feel like people miss the point. It's like you gotta focus on building your true confidence when you have zero, nada, nothing. And when you're alone at home, with nothing material to show for, that's when your true confidence come from. You just have yourself. That's it. That's all. Your character, your integrity, your personality. You have nothing to show for it. You go to a place and you have nothing. You have no drip, regular ass drip, no haircut, car, no bitches. Can you still be confident, man? Like, I know a lot of people, man, if they lose all these tangible things, they have no confidence. So who are you? Who is that person when you have nothing? And that's the real question, because if you don't have that confidence, you have nothing, then you're not actually confident. It's just conditional. So like, I think it's so important that you build yourself from the ground up. You know, confidence is really like, I wouldn't say it's even confidence. It's more of a self-belief, acknowledgement of your true potential, and understanding of what you are and what you have to offer. So you could have $0 in your bank account. You could have no girls, nothing. But if you truly believe in your potential, you truly believe in who you are, what you have to offer, you're a great person. All these different characteristics you have that define you as a person. That's what makes you have confidence, because when you walk in a room, you hold yourself with utmost character. You hold yourself to a certain standard, and what you have to offer is not based on tangibility. So you don't need cars, money, fame, all this bullshit, bro. Stop letting these niggas trick you and say, yo, go get some drip. Oh, he doesn't have more money than me. He doesn't have more bitches than me. Um, you know, okay, all these guys flexing on these different things. Cool, man. You feel better about yourself. But let me ask you a question. I've been there, done that, bro. Had all these different things, but what happens when you lose it? That's the real question. How do you feel when you go home and you're alone? How do you feel when no one's around? Do you feel the same, bro? When you're all alone in your room, crying like a little bitch, rolling around with your true self. That's your true self. And that's your real personality, man. So if you can truly be one with yourself, when you have nothing, bro, you have nothing to show for. I think that's really true confidence, because I use this word so much fucking times, bro. If this was an essay, bro, I'd be getting negative marks for repetition, but whatever. But it's all this to say is like, are you truly at one with yourself, man? Because that's what's more important. Once you have nothing, what do you have to show for? You could have all these things and it doesn't mean shit. So for real, man, I think you really need to build upon what you have and what you can have in terms of interior, in terms of, the non-physical, like the things inside your heart will make you a person. So when people ask you, I don't know, your name could be fucking Jonathan, bro. What the fuck does Jonathan do? What makes you Jonathan? What makes you great? And if you say shit like, my car, girls, if you say that in a conversation, people gonna look at you like, yo, what is this bloke talking about, bro? You're like, you're gonna look mad weird. These things that you associate to what make you great, it's not relevant in real life. That's not real life. Posting all this shit on social media, posting your cars, posting your drip, all these different things, man. With your friends and all these different things, it might seem cool. When you go in the real world, that shit don't mean shit. If you meet someone, you'd be like, yeah, bro, I made $1 million last week. Yo, I just smashed 10 chicks last week. Nigga, what? Bro, no one cares. That doesn't define you. It doesn't mean shit. But the real question is, okay, are you a good person, bro? Do you believe in yourself? Can you have full belief in what you're standing for? Let's say you're talking about a subject, and for a fact that you have 100% belief and you're right. Can you go in front of a crowd and talk to everybody about it? Even if everyone disagrees with you, that's confidence. When you stand firm on your principle, And even though let's say you have no money, no girls, whatever, and you have no cut, but because you truly believe that you have something to offer, you're a great person. You know that who you are as a person, you're solid. You're solid. Basically, it's just being solid. You could walk up to any girl. It doesn't matter, because first of all, the external factors do not contribute to who you are, and they don't define you, basically. So, example, a lot of people will go and chat as shorty and get curved, and the confidence gets hit. Why, bro? Why should I even matter? Like, that shit makes no sense to me. If she curves you, does that define who you are as a person? No, she just rejects you, but she doesn't know who you are. So that shouldn't inhibit your confidence. That shouldn't be a detriment to your confidence. Same thing with money. If you lose 10 bands, 10 million, if you're homeless, like, of course, these factors are very important in life. Don't get me wrong, money, things like that. But, if you lose these things, can you still believe in yourself? Or do you doubt yourself and say, shit, I'm not the same person. I'm not worth the same. Your worth shouldn't be built upon material things. It should be built more upon, you know, non-tangible, intangible things. You know, who you are as a person, you know. And I feel like so many people get caught up in this world of material things. Like, man, when's the last time you did something good for some people, man? When's the last time you called yourself a good person, or some people called you a good person? When's the last time you did something out of kindness? Do you have good character? Are you loyal, man? Are you intelligent? Are you strong? All these different characteristics. That's what confidence is. So I feel like just focus on the internal, man. Something out the outside bullshit get to your head. How many views you get, how many likes you get, doesn't mean shit, because if you're 100% solid and believe in what you are as a whole, as a person, I think really that's confidence, you know? That self-belief, that acknowledgement, and I think that self-love of what you have and what you can potentially have. To me, that's true confidence, man, not the exterior. So